Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I have my 8th and final layout using my December hip kit. This one I am going to be using a ton of scraps. So I don't have any more 12 by 12 papers, so I'm using a piece of cardstock that came in the cardstock add-on, and I'm going to be doing strips of some of the leftover papers I have. So this layout is going to be going into my bucket list album, and it is something that my husband and I did back in 2008 actually. And it's something I'd always wanted to do and scared the crap out of me. But I was brave and I did it, so I'm really happy I did. We went parasailing. And I'm one of those people where I don't even like roller coasters. I'm not a thrill seeker at all. The thought of like skydiving or anything like that just makes me physically want to throw up. But for some reason, like parasailing is something I always wanted to try. It always seemed like it would be really peaceful and pretty and, you know, a little scary, but nothing like insane. So Josh and I ended up having a weekend to ourselves in St. Pete. I think it was right before he went to officer school. I'm pretty positive. And so we decided to do it. And it was thrilling and a little bit scary, but nothing crazy. You know, he was able to go up with me, so I wasn't by myself. And that, you know, obviously made me feel good. And oh gosh, it was so fun. So I'm going to scrap these pictures, and I have them on another layout as well, but it was more about the weekend as a whole. It wasn't about just the parasailing. So I just went ahead and reprinted the pictures, and this is going to go into my 12 by 12 bucket list album as something that I did. Okay, so all those are scraps of paper, and all of those are from Amy Tangerine, literally. So, and so I just kind of put them where I want them to go. I have a bunch of, some of them are border strips, some of them are just, you know, random strips from after I had cut them out, and I just kind of placed them around where they would fit. I'm gonna cut them down a little bit, and on this piece right here that I'm cutting, I'm actually going to put my title there, and I'm going to be stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down because I know where I want that to go, and I'm taking a picture so I remember where everything is supposed to go. So I'm going to move everything off. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my stitch title onto that card that I've already put down. And then I'll start replacing everything back. So the title is going to be Parasail. I'm going to do para on the top and then sail along the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of break up the title a little bit. And I'll show you a little bit here of what I'm doing, and then I'll turn the camera off while I'm stitching. You don't want to see all that. And I'm going to use the teal thread that came in the stitching thing. So there we go, all stitched. And I'm going to use the blank spaces beside both parts of the title, and I'll do some embellishing there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get my strips kind of trimmed up and trimmed down, and the sizes that I need them to be and where I want them to go. I'm trying to put it back in the right spots that I had them before. I tend to have things where I want them, and then I move it all off, and then when I go back, I put them in different spots, and I'm like, what happened? So that's why I take a picture of them. So, what am I doing here? I'm getting my pencil so I can start marking off where I want to trim the papers here. And I really like this method of using up a bunch of your scraps when you're at the end of a kit, because I think it pushes you creatively. You know, you start piecing pieces together and putting things together that you probably wouldn't normally put together. And this has been one of my favorite ways to finish off the kit. And I'm going to have a Kill a Kit video coming up here soon, but I still have a good amount left. I don't have a ton of paper left. I just have all scraps and that's it. But, you know, I do have 3 pieces of cardstock left, so technically I could probably get another layout out of it, but at this point I kind of feel like I've done it justice. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the January kit, which I'm very excited to start working with. So I will have my Killa kit video coming up here soon, and then right after I'll have my January kit, and I'll show you what came in the kit and also which pictures I'm going to be scrapping with it. It's a gorgeous kit. I'm really excited to start using it. And I need to hurry up because February is going to be coming on the way to me soon. So, but while I'm piecing these things together, I will go ahead and tell you that I've decided that the hip kit is going to be majority of what my layouts are going to be made with. You know, between that and my stash. I am still going to be working through my Studio Calico kits, but hip kit is what I subscribe to right now, so that's what I want to be showing more than anything. But I will be showing Studio Calico still, but it's going to take more of a backseat. So you guys know I've been having issues with my ATG gun, and one of my subscribers made a suggestion, and then I found a video about it, that when you put this piece on here, you know, you go ahead and do this like normal. But when you go to put the black piece there that's sitting on my table, when you go to put that on, instead of putting it where it's supposed to go, put it upside down on top of that part right there, and it keeps it tight. So all that in there is tight. So now my my tape is not going to go jumping around up and down into inside my ATG gun, which is what I was having problems with the cheaper tape that I bought. And so far that's been really working. So thank you very much for that suggestion. And if you look up on YouTube, I'm sure you could probably find it. I don't have the link for the one that I saw because I got it from someone else and I didn't copy it or anything. But it was genius. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Because when I put it in upside down, I could see that it was all tight. So I have been doing that this past week or so, and I have not had a problem with my ATG since. So that was a really, really good tip. So if you guys are having trouble with your ATG or anything like that, and if you get the cheaper stuff that I have been buying as well and you're having problems with it, that's a really, really great solution. So I was super excited to get that tip. Okay, so I am finishing this up here. And I really, really like the way it turned out. I like all the colors together and, you know, using up all my border strips that I really like to use. So now I'm trying to decide how to embellish everything. I have that flare button, and that is actually from Studio Calico, so that did not come in the kit. That's just something I had on my desk. But I'm going to write Parasail at St. Petersburg, Florida, because that's where we were when we went. And I'm going to use these LE Studio gray alphabet stickers. Those came in our November kit for Hip Kit, and I still have some left, so I'm going to use a few of these up here. I'm going to spell out St. Petersburg, Florida. I really like those alphabets too. I've been keeping all of my Hip Kit, even my leftover stuff, I keep them all in one container. And then I can pull from my previous kits if I need something else, you know, with the current kit I'm working with. They tend to be going together anyway. So, and then every once in a while I'll do a Hip Kit mix-up. So I'll use different elements from a bunch of different kits and make a page with it. And that's been a lot of fun too. I probably need to do another one soon because my box is starting to get kind of full. So that's a good hint to maybe use some stuff up here soon. And I'm going to use this last little sticker here from that Teresa Collins. That came in our October kit actually from the Hip Kit. And that was the last little word strip that I had on that alphabet sticker sheet. So now all I have left are the cork alphabets. So I'm going to put that there. It says, "Oh, life is good." And then I just have a little empty space, so I cut a little piece of teal cardstock down, and I'm going to put that there just to fill in that little gap. Felt like I need a little bit more teal. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to use up quite a bit of these rub-ons. I'm going to use almost all of them. The only ones I don't use are those scissors, but everything else I use. So that's pretty exciting. And so I'm just going to start sticking them down. I don't really have any issues getting the rest of these stuck down here. I was having a little bit of an issue with some of them, but and I did get a tip to use a more flat tool instead of my embossing tool, which is what I always use for my rub-ons, but I just didn't think about it. That's just always what I use, so I just grab it. But the rest of these, you know, they went down pretty good. So, and even if they didn't, it did just kind of look distressed anyway, so it wasn't really that big of a deal to me. I decided not to stress out about it. I'm going to use the leaf and the feather here together because it was outdoors and we were at the beach and all that stuff. So I got the gold feather down there, and then I'm going to layer that with this teal kind of leafy looking rub-on. Make sure that one's down good. I do a lot of thinking here before I just start sticking stuff down, but I just wanted to use them all up really, and the only thing that really didn't go were the scissors, so that's the only one I have left from that entire pack of rub-ons. But I like how it just kind of adds, you know, and I'm putting them over layers of the pattern papers, so it just kind of helps bring everything together, and it kind of connects everything and just adds a little pop of color. And they're not bold, like the gold foil ones are bold, but the you know, like the little swishes and the watercolor circles, those are not bold at all. They're just very subtle. And I even I end up using the Always as well, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use that because I messed it up. It landed on one of my layouts without protection, so it part of it rubbed off. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it here, and then I'll just layer something on top of it that can kind of cover up the little imperfection up there. And you can still see that it says Always, so it ends up working out pretty well. I'm going to use an enamel dot here and just kind of layer it right there. And I'm going to use up a whole bunch of these enamel dots. I think I used all of them except for the solid color ones. But all the rest of them that have like little shapes, little arrows and X's and hearts and stuff, I used all those. I end up using all of them. I put them down for a few minutes, but then I'm going to pick them back up here soon. So this will be the first full layout that's going into my bucket list album, and I'm going to, I'll be working on it periodically, probably with my kits. I've already printed out a bunch of pictures of things that I have already done, and then I still have some things that I still need to do. But the ones that I've already done that I wanted to keep on my list, I have gone ahead and printed out the pictures for. So probably see a couple more coming up here soon. I'm going to use one of those gold foil, they're not foil, the gold hearts from the Dear Lizzie thicker packet there. They're very muted gold. They're definitely gold, but they're not super shiny. They're kind of like a matte gold almost. So I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling and just talk about, you know, how I had always wanted to parasail, even though it kind of scared me a little bit, but Josh went with me, and it was super fun. I'm really, really happy that we did it. I mean, that view, you cannot beat it. It was incredible. I was really scared, and I didn't chicken out, but oh, I thought about it for a few minutes. So I'm really glad I didn't, though. I really enjoyed it. Definitely an incredible experience. So I'm pretty sure at this point I was just kind of thinking what else I wanted to put on here. I'm looking at everything around that I have scattered on my desk from the kit. I am watching Bones too, I'm not going to lie. But I'm just kind of thinking if I want to put any extra words on there. And I decided to. I wanted to put remember this, and then I'm going to use some more of those gold thickers. And so I'm going to use some more of these LE Studio gray alphabets, and I'm putting remember this in all capital letters here. And I believe I only have 2 E's and I need 3, so I think I make one out of an F and then just like a dash or something like that. Yeah. And I have to cut it down a little bit because it's too long. Little letter sticker surgery there. If you're looking at it super close up, you can tell, but if anyone's looking super close up at my layouts, then they're just being too picky. And I forgot the B, so I'm gonna take those off and put a B down there. Spelling backwards, oh man, I usually have to write things out so that I don't screw it up. Especially on things that I'm not gonna be able to pick up very easily, but luckily these I can pick up pretty easy. So I remember this, and then I'm going to use the thickers that say for like ever, and which I thought was really cute. And I still have everything on my desk, so I'm gonna try to figure out where else I want to put things. And I just really wanted to use up a lot of these, you know, packages of stuff. So I use up these enamel dots here, and I still have the 4, the solid ones, so I still have those left over. So I'm just kind of looking to see if there's anything else at all that I want to use, and I don't, so that's going to complete my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed my December hip kit. I know I sure did. So I'm going to be back really soon with my Kill a Kit video, and then following right after that will be my January kit share and my picture selection for what I'm going to use for January. Oh, added an arrow there. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions at all, and if you want to check out the hip kit, please do. I have a link in the description of the video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.